Hello everyone and welcome to Red Rock Chess. Today we're going to be explaining and going over how you guys can counter and win the French defense. We will be learning one way that how you can better develop your game of attacking the French defense, and let's get right into it. So in this game we're going to be analyzing as if we were the white pieces, and the French defense usually is when a player plays the move e6 and d5, and it's a really powerful opening, and so we are going to be going over how you guys can counter it. So it starts with e4 and the player makes the obvious move of e6, the easiest way to start the French defense. D4 is a great way to bring both the pawns into the center of the game, kind of attacking the center things, while still letting your bishops have the open diagonals, your knights being able to be developed, and same with the French defense. This allows the black bishop to always have a check on the bishop. It also allows the queen to come out if you want to. Not usually best practice for the queen to come out in the early parts of the game, but you also have moves like knight attacking this pawn that's not defended. You also have moves that will eventually attack and create threats in the center of the board. And so black pushes the pawn to create the French defense, and this is just a normal French defense, and there's a lot of moves that white can make to further this game. Some good moves being bishop out to b5. You have knight out to c3, and this is the most common version of this game. There is also just shutting down the position with e5, and that is a very natural move attacking the French defense. And in this case, this player moves his knight to c3. The reason why this is a really good move is because it puts pressure on this d5 square, and after it is captured, it just gets taken back, and then you have this whole entire open file right here on the e file. And so what black does is they capture this pawn, and it is taken back by this white knight. And if you guys are playing this is a really strong thing that you guys should be remembering and having opening theory when you guys are playing the French defense. And not all of them will go exactly as this game, but it gives you a good idea of what you can do to put the king into good pressure. And so a very common thing that black will be doing in this position is developing their bishop and attacking the king. You guys don't have to worry though, because this pawn right here will save the day. If you guys push, it creates what's called a pawn chain link. So this right here is what will help you create pawn chain link. Not only does it defend the pawn in the middle now, it is also attacking the bishop. And when you see that a bishop is attacking your king, a good rule of thumb is to either just push the pawn to get it out, but in this case we are wanting to create some threats on the queen. Since there is no bishop to come out and block it, there has to be the knight. The knight will come out and block the bishop. Another good move that you could make is pawn, but generally the knight is better, just so that your pawns aren't always coming out. And this bishop is a very powerful move. When you are moving your bishop to an attacking square, this is really good because not only does it attack everything in this, but it is also opening up what's called a discovered bishop, which means whenever this knight decides to move, that creates a threat onto this weak pawn right there, especially if black ever does castle. And in this case, black does castle, and you can see that there's a question mark behind this, and there is a very good reason for that. When white decides to play some attacking moves like this, you may be wondering, well, isn't that just a blunder, Red Rock Chess? And it is actually not, because there is some really good threats that could be going on, especially with this queen being able to come out here eventually, creating some threats onto the king. And that's exactly what happens. You'll see a brilliant move here by white, and it's moving the knight to f6 to deliver check on the king. And there are two options for black. There is the one to slide over the king, or there is takes. And there is some pretty good things that white can do if the black shuffles his king. There's always just bringing the knight over. There's also just bringing the bishop out and stuff like that. And if the king slides over in this case right here, like this, and then the queen were to slide out, there is always just the opportunity to push the pawn. But the reason why that's not a good move is because there's just takes and then takes, and this right here is just eventually mate. So that is not what you want to do. And so black decides to take this pawn right here, and now the bishop will just take right back. And this is a great move. The reason being is now there's no safe squares for black to move. There is certain things that black can do, like move their knight in front. That will just easily get taken by this bishop. There is also this pawn that can just get pushed up and defended by the rook and just create some really weak positions for black. And so this is a very, very bad move that you'll see a lot of new beginners, especially under 1,000, make. They think the queen will solve all their problems, and this right here is so that they can eventually move this knight out of the way and create some defense for the black pieces. And this is an absolutely brilliant move, and you may ask why. The reason why this is a brilliant move is because the only thing that black can do right now is take, and now this leaves a great move where the bishop, the queen, comes out to h5, delivers check, and you may be noticing this is a free bishop, and you would be absolutely right. This is a free bishop. But when you guys are noticing that you have the king in a weak position or even a better opportunity, always be thinking, what can you be doing to put your pieces in better squares? And so right now you could say, oh, let's just take the bishop and have a winning position. Well, what you would be missing is mate in 1. So make sure that when you guys do look for these things, that you look for checkmate and the opportunity to win games. And this is just one game that you guys could be witnessing and playing against the French defense. If you guys want to learn more, make sure to like the video, subscribe so that I can know to make more content like this for you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you guys for watching.